Hey, good morning, you guys. It's Geoffrey, Howells Carpet Cleaning, and we are at our first job this morning out in Clackamas, Oregon. So, not sure exactly what we got going on here. It's a spruce up for the house to be shown, so we're pretty much just going to be going over traffic areas, I believe, and clean up the stairways and family room area. But we'll go ahead and go on inside and see what we got going on. So I'm inside going through our routine vacuum sequence right now. So just going to point out, other than the spots, we'll talk about those later. Area rugs. Most people, this one is upside down. This is the front side. This is just a runner that's in the hallway on the carpets. Carpets are hardwood floors. It doesn't really matter. What happens typically with runners and area rugs is that the dust in the air will settle down and land on the surface of the area rug, and it will eventually work its way straight through the area rug, through the backing of the carpeting. So when you're cleaning an area rug, or when you're doing your routine vacuuming in the home or whatever, it would behoove you to vacuum both the front side and the back side, because there's countless amounts of debris that actually get trapped in between the two surfaces of the area rug or runners. And not only that, where this was laying, I can guarantee you that there's probably a pretty large soil accumulation buildup here that we're going to vacuum out as well, just because it falls through and it collects in the carpet, and carpeting, you can't see it. However, if this were on a hard surface of some sort, you can test this out. You guys who have area rugs in your homes, runners on hard surfaces, I encourage you just to look under that one day and notice the dust accumulation that's piling up under there, because that's exactly what's happening. It's settling. It's just dust particles in the air settling on top of the area rug and eventually working their way through the backing to the bottom, and it will collect. In fact, it's kind of funny, because the first thing that I'll do in a customer's home is that I'll walk over to an area rug and lift it up just to examine the dust, and if the customer's right there like, how did that all get there? How did you know about that? And, you know, it's always a kind of a jaw-dropping moment, because most people don't even think about how dust accumulation even gets there. But that's how it's done, and that's the science behind it. Well, I don't even know if you want to call it science. It's just rational reasoning. So there you have it. So be sure you vacuum both the fronts and the tops of area rugs and runners, and then thoroughly vacuum the area and where it was laying down or laid out, because there's probably tons of dust in that area as well. Alright, so we're in the hallway where that area, that runner was actually. I think I want to point out, this is what I would call a transition area. What is a transition area? A transition area, or what I define them as, is an area of carpeting that you come up to, and you've got a pivot here. You're either going to pivot to the left to go into the kitchen, or you're going to pivot to the right and go into the garage. So these areas tend to get the brunt of the traffic and wear and everything else. And one thing that's interesting to note on these, if you adjust your vacuum right so you have decent airflow and suction going, you can generally lift out a ton of debris from these spots so that your cleaner can actually do a much better job of cleaning that up when you go to put your pre-spray down. I already went over it, and a whole bunch of it already came out. It looks much lighter than what it was originally. I've gone over how to set your vacuum cleaner in other videos, but for those that don't know or need a review on height adjustment and all that, what you do, you set your vacuum cleaner to the highest position, you turn it on, and you begin clicking it down until you hear it, the beater bars make contact with the carpeting. After you hear it make contact with the carpeting, you would click down one more time, and that there is your sweet spot for the vacuum cleaner, because what it is doing is that it's allowing air flow to get under the vacuum motor to run the fan to pull air down through there and get plenty of airflow, which in turns results in the suction and stuff that it's able to get. So I'll do another video demonstrating the three properties of a vacuum cleaner, being the vacuum, airflow, and suction. Many vacuums put suction as number one in the vacuum cleaner, when suction is actually the third least important aspect of vacuum cleaner, but that's subject for another day. So what we're going to do is we're just backing our way down this hallway, making sure that we give this a very good thorough vacuum, because there's probably a ton of extra dust and debris in here that are literally invisible. But just again, using reasoning and logic, you obviously know that that's here because there was an area rug here, or a runner, and you know that dust is settling on top and dropping through the area rug or runner, and those are generally neglected by homeowners simply because they're unaware of what's going on there. Plus, it's easier to not disturb the area rug and just leave it where it's sitting. But anyways, we are professionals and we are supposed to know this stuff and just get it done. Alright, and one other thing I wanted to point out about the CRB vacuum cleaner, it by far has the greatest airflow and suction of any vacuum that I've ever used. It's got an extremely strong motor. We'll go into details, but one thing I do want to point out is along the edges, you can detach your hose and run them along the edge when you're doing your carpet cleaning. However, this vacuum cleaner has enough suction that it can pretty much pick up anything along the edge, which most vacuum cleaners are only strong enough to come with maybe within a half an inch of the edge of the walls. But this guy is a beast, and it'll pretty much pick up anything along the edge, except for things that are like lodged down inside, like beads and things like that, hairpins, which you don't want to suck up in your vacuum anyways. And I'm glad that those things are out of style now, because for a while I was picking up a ton of them and they were a pain because they were all over the place. Anyways, back to the pre-vacuum. It's filled probably to about to here. Yeah, just supposed to fill max up to that line, and we're probably right about here as far as filling that bag up. So what is that, about 80%, maybe 90% doing the carpets. But anyways, actually, here we go. This came from doing the stairways. So this was just from the stairway, so that thing is completely packed full. And then we gotta probably rinse that filter out in there, because that's probably a dusty mess as well. So this isn't a testament to how whether carpets are dirty or not. It's a testament as to how well this equipment actually works. So I'm going to do a quick walkthrough here to kind of what the pre-vacuum allows me to do is just to examine all the carpets. So, you know, we've got some spots that we're going to hit up there. And our CRB with a peroxide solution is probably going to take care of most of this without any problems. However, we are going to hot water extract both the stairway here and then the lower section of the house, because that's where the majority of the debris accumulate. Generally, they don't make them upstairs as much because everything is pretty much left down below. So we got some spots there. Into the kitchen. I'm not really sure what these little black spots are. Could be just residue, soda or something. Soda splashes landing there and debris collecting. And then a lot of these, I guess these spots kind of came up after the renters moved in, so they were probably cleaned, and the guys probably used quick, cheap cleaning solutions, which made it look clean, but they probably use a rinse that would prevent wicking from occurring, and of course, as soon as the carpets got a little damp or anything, the spots came right back up to the surface, so it wicked anyways. It just looked clean for a week or so before coming back up. Oh, and then we've got, I forgot to point out, we got some urine here and here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try our peroxide-based solution first, put it down pretty heavy and see what that does. It was just a little chihuahua, so they're pretty much just surface deep because they don't have much urine, and the urine in a little chihuahua might be a little acidic, but not nearly the acidic level of a cat. So that gives me an idea of what product to grab, and I think that the peroxide-based stuff will probably get that out of there. In the hallway here, again, nothing really. The only item of concern would be this transition area here, and I don't even think that's going to be much of a problem. In fact, yeah, we'll do some massive soil suspension with our CRB and get that stuff all, our cleaning solution all emulsify and break that stuff down. And then back to the emulsification and soil suspension using our CRB, then that allows us to turn our pressure down on the truck, because there's no sense in blasting 600, 500 pounds of water when you're using an agitation tool, rotary tool, such as even if you're using another rotary tool, I'm thinking of like maybe a 360i or something by Rotovac. You really don't need to have that water turned all the way up, because you got that huge agitation going on with the machine, so it's causing soil suspension. So what's the point of running that much water through? I don't know. Go ahead and come up the stairs. Of course, we're going to go down the stairs because the stairs look like they've got some dribbles, but nothing out of the ordinary. And up here we got this landing. We've got bedroom 1 that we're just going to quickly go over, and then bedroom 2, master bedroom. And what I think I'm going to do is CRB these and see how they turn out, because there really is no major spotting or any areas of concern up here. This is dark, and that is probably just due to shadowing. It is. Okay. The real only area of concern is right here at the top of the steps, which we're going to be extracting the stairs anyway, so we'll get this area extracted with our stair tool. And that should look beautiful. So, keep you guys posted as we go along. And now we are heading into our pre-spray treatment. I've made up some super high strength encapsulation peroxide based solution, and what we're going to do is we're going to treat this urine spot with it just to see what kind of results we get before going to the big guns with like a P-radicator or something that's sodium carbonates and all that stuff that's in there to break down salts and stuff. But I think this is going to work. So what I'm going to do is open the bottle, and just apply it on there pretty generously. Let it sit, and then we'll take our brush and groom it in. As you can see, it looks like it's working at it. And then when we go over it with a wand, it should take it out completely. And we'll take the same process and try that one there, and I'll show you some results if we can get it looking better. And it's a little hard to tell from that what exactly it did, because the foaming or whitening of the peroxide. So we're just going to let it sit there and eat away at that. And hopefully by the time we do our extraction, those spots will be gone. Okay, and these little black spots are purely residue related. Let me go ahead and treat one of these and just kind of show you. Get some of our peroxide on there. Take a brush, and those spots will pretty much come right out. So there's really, I don't need to go around and do all the spots, because I was just doing it as a test to see if the solution would take care of it, and obviously it does take care of it. So just with the CRB and our peroxide based solution, it should pull all this nasty stuff out, no problem. But we're going to give it a rinse, because there's probably a bit of dirt and possibly detergents left over from the previous carpet cleaning, especially if you see this shadowing here. It could be from a spill, it could just be stuff, remnants of things left around in the carpeting, but either way we're going to take care of it. And there you have it, peroxide based cleaning. It's awesome stuff, you guys. And this brings us to our scrubbing of the solution into the carpeting. We're using a counter rotating brush machine, also called a CRB. And what this machine does is, I'm going to turn it over. Let me get it further from the wall so we can turn it over without the handle damaging anything. I'm going to turn it over so you can see the bottom of it. It's got these two brushes. And, oh man, I forgot to take the debris, all the debris off of it. There's a little bit of debris buildup, but what that's going to do is it's going to fall off and get thrown into those collection reservoirs anyways. So what this is doing, and this is grooming your carpets. It's taking this solution that we put down, and it's gently agitating it and scrubbing it into all the carpet fibers. So every single fiber is getting thoroughly cleaned with the cleaning solution. And we're going to take this over all the carpets. It's very gentle. A lot of rotary machines actually turn and spin and crush your carpets. This thing is actually uplifting and grooming your carpet. So let's say you had an animal with dog hair all over the place, cat hair, whatever, matted hair. This machine will actually pull all that matted hair out of your carpets. It does a magnificent job. Of course, your traditional steam cleaning wand somewhat pulls matted hair out, but this does a far superior job to that. So my guesstimate is that probably 99% of carpet cleaning companies out there do not use a machine like this. They are becoming more and more prevalent. A lot of your owner-operated businesses are picking these up because they do a superb job. However, they do take a little bit more time than what your Stanley Steamer or Zero Res or any of those big-name companies are willing to spend on your carpets, because they're in the business of quantity rather than quality. Simply stated. I mean, it's a little more complicated than that, but that's the gist. So we're going to take this CRB and we're going to groom all the carpets up here. Let me turn it back over and kind of give you a quick demo of what this thing actually does. So when it's in upright position, we simply pull the handle down the brushes engage, and it's almost like using a vacuum cleaner. You're going to have to put the foam down to make sure we get around those window curtains, but as you can see, it's thoroughly grooming your carpets with that cleaning solution. Any spots caused by food buildup or anything like that are instantly gone with this machine. So this is what actually causes the soil suspension. It's breaking all the dirt and residue from the, you know, they stick, all the dirt and residue sticks to your carpet fibers, and what this does is that it's actually breaking that bond using the solution that we put down between the dirt and residues from the carpet, so that when we run, you know, a wand or something over your carpet, it extracts it all. And so because of that, we are able to turn our water way down and use less water, because we're not needing to rinse the carpets. All we're needing to do is just get that filth that we broke off the carpets out of there. And so that's what allows your carpets to dry super fast. A day like today, it's pretty humid out. I would say with a window open, it's not super humid, but I would say with a window open, the carpets are probably drying about 45 minutes or an hour. So, good deal. After pre-spraying everything down here, we're going to take our CRB, or aka Magic Eraser, and we are going to get all of these little dirty black nasty spots up out of here. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at what a great job this machine actually does. Alright, you just saw what it looked like before I ran our CRB over it. And as you can see, we pretty much did a pretty thorough soil suspension mode here. And personally, I don't see any spots. So that looks a little tiny bit dingy. I was going to get some grease hog and put it on there just to see what it does, but I don't see any of the nasty gray that was sticking out there. And all those little black spots are been annihilated. And that's why I run 175, 250 psi water on the rinse here. Now, I've given you guys a 7th grade physics science definition or reasoning for why I do things the way I do. And I believe that if you do anything, you have to have a reason and a purpose for why you're doing them the way that you're doing it. And I would love to hear your reasons as to why you guys believe that 500, 600, 700 psi with a rotary machine or a brush machine, whatever, what have you, is why you do it. You know, I love hearing people's reasoning and rationing, because it allows me to learn at the same time. And I hope that by walking through and talking about this and bringing up dialogue, that it sparks some ideas and creativity in people's minds, and that you all do an awesome job. And like I said, everything that you do, let it be done with purpose and intent. Alright, so we changed gears a little bit. We've kind of decided that since we're prepping this home to be shown, that we're just going to CRB the whole thing. It looks pretty beautiful now. I'm going to rake it out, and then once everybody's completely moved out and the house is sold and it's empty, that would be the time to do a full extraction, because it's just going to get dirty again anyways with all the foot traffic. And as you can see, we pretty much got up every single little stain and spot up out of the carpets. That little dot that you see over there, that is a piece of hair. I just raked it out and put some citrus down for deodorizing, make it smell good. That's why I've got this citrus. It just makes, gives that psychological clean feel to it. It is clean, but this just is more icing on the cake. And right here at the top of the steps was the biggest area of concern, but as you can see, we pretty much eliminated any concern spots, stains, residue. All that stuff has been obliterated. And the stairways received encapsulation cleaning, using a brush to clean the stairs. You can see they could probably use a little bit of rinse on the bull nose. However, we are prepping the home for a show. So stairways probably another 20 to 30 minutes. So we're just cutting that piece out of the puzzle right now, and then we'll get that later after traffic has gone up and down, up and down, up and down. Formal front room area, all cleaned up and brushed out. Looking good, all the little spots obliterated. Bonus room, guest bedroom, all cleaned up and ready to go. And this would be the family room area. We got it all cleaned up, got all the little black spots and all the nasties out of there. However, this would clean up probably a bit better if we did a full extraction on it. However, again, we're just prepping it to get it ready for show. This looks 90–95% better than what it did. Again, typically, you know, if you want it completely extracted, it's probably best to do it after all the traffic has gone through the house. There you have it. Came down the hallway, and you can see the biggest area of concern that I had was that transition area over there. It looks great right now. Again, it would look a little bit better with an extraction, but you're gonna have lots of traffic. And we went ahead and we zoomed it all the way out, and everything looks absolutely beautiful. And that's CRB Cleaning, Happy Valley, Oregon. Geoffrey Howells Carpet Cleaning, 503-939-0534. You spruce your house up, make it look great for a fraction of the price, just doing our maintenance cleaning on it. And your carpets are going to get wet and they're going to dry within probably 30 minutes.